next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Looking to throw. McIntosh. Caught here by Griffin. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, McIntosh. A quick throw, but incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And Walker has it. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw again. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
But we always talk quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 26-yard line.
To throw on second down. Holiday, right side, caught by Jackson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only able to gain a couple there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Holiday. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Well, this defense for the Browns much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
And that's their first sack in this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McIntosh. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read,
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Holiday. It's caught by Jackson. The numbers for Jackson in last week's game, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
Looking to throw on second down. Holiday. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Number 86 brings up third down.
On third down, this is Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jackson, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
That's a good shot.
So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Jackson. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
37-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Back to throw. Holiday. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McIntosh. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Throwing on first down. McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. That's Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
On second down now, it's Walker. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Cincinnati.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Browns, nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Holiday. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively. And, Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation, because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead.
He'll drop this down to Jackson.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw, and you know how sometimes coaches talk about using a short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. It's Richards. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give, running left is Campbell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. McIntosh. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Jackson. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Holiday. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Cincinnati set to take over once again. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd and 4. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Off play action. Holiday. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. McIntosh. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. That's Griffin. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Right back to him on 1st down. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Looking to throw. McIntosh. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw on second down, Holiday. That's caught by Jackson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Jackson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 12.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings out 2nd and a yard.
So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. The Steelers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And that matchup all even in their battle with the Chicago Bears. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Browns, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Brings up second and 8.
Off play action. McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. That's Lamb. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is shoving onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Holiday. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They'll give to the big man, Campbell. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Again, they run with Campbell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Man, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start here with Jackson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holiday. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Holiday. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
To throw on 2nd down, McIntosh. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, this drive's been one to forget. They ended up going backwards on 3rd and long and ended up going to the sidelines with their tail back between their legs. And now they have to pump the ball away.
Here's Jamie Gillandale, standing just outside his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Browns set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Holiday. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Holiday. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Holiday. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to count.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
Here we go.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On 1st and 10, McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. It's Richards. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Walker. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game was starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
58 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
They'll run on first down. Walker. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
Here's second and a yard.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
On second down now. It's Walker. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 30. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now first and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Holiday, and it's incomplete.
Here's second and 10.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
Operating from the gun. Holiday. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jackson.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. First and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On first down, Holiday. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Browns on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Holiday. And this one is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They run again with Walker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Walker. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. McIntyre under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Holiday. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jackson. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now this one complete on the slant route. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 1st down. Holiday. He's going to let it fly. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Holiday. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
No luck going for 2 last time, so they'll just kick the extra point here. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24, 13 our score. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Walker. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Cincinnati, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.